I am a homebody, an introvert, and a housewife. There are multiple activities I enjoy that all take place within my home, but I recognize it's important to also stay active and include movement in my daily life if I want to support my mental and physical health and my longevity. So I went out and about to discover what physical fitness I would enjoy long term. I tried Pilates classes, aerial yoga, kickboxing, and all kinds of things. They were fun, but then I discovered tennis and fell completely in love. I now attend Tennis University 2 days a week, which is where professional coaches teach group tennis lessons to adult beginners. It is so much fun. Lately, I've been teaching Chris everything that I learned, so now we can play couples tennis at local outdoor parks. And we do that about 2 days a week. And he's just as obsessed as me, and I love that we can now have a fun physical hobby that we do together. So I'm doing my daily stretches to loosen up my body, especially my lower back and legs and my shoulders. Later in this video, I'm also going to share the diet changes I've made to help support my body in terms of hormone balance and gut health. As women, we're not taught how to eat food and when to eat certain foods that support our hormone health, which is unfortunate because our hormones affect absolutely everything. I've been taking these Let Me Debloat supplements for a couple of weeks now, and I've noticed a huge difference with less belly bloat after meals. Now, supplements are not regulated and there's no scientific data or evidence showing they're effective and actually work, but they could work for you if you gave it a try, so I went for it and I've been loving the results. I'm back from tennis. I am a hot mess. I've been sweating so much, but I'm very hungry today for some reason, so I'm gonna make a sandwich, and I found this really beautiful fruit at the store. We've got some dragon fruit in there, pineapple, blueberries, and kiwi. So I'm excited to get into this. I've been talking a lot about eating in a certain order to not spike your insulin as high. The goal is to keep your insulin pretty even throughout the day, because when you have spikes, you crash. And you have food cravings, you want sweets, you don't feel very good, you're sluggish, brain fog, all those things. So the idea is to stay as even as possible all throughout the day. So you want to make sure you're eating your protein, your vegetables first, your fiber, right? And then your protein, and then your carb. I'm gonna make a sandwich today. I got some pastrami from the deli, and I have just been craving a hot mustard and pastrami sandwich. I got some whole grain sourdough. We're gonna construct something beautiful and have a little yummy dessert after. Now, I don't know what you're supposed to do. in terms of not spiking your insulin when you have a sandwich. I feel like a lot of people eat a simple sandwich for lunch. I guess you could deconstruct it, but who's really gonna do that? Oh, this looks so good. All right, I'm gonna take a shower, get dressed, and then we're gonna head over to my dermatology appointment and talk about skin and how to look our best as we go through this thing called life so that we can age gracefully, beautifully. I find that the older that I get, the less complexion makeup that I want to wear anyway, so we might as well get our skin under control. Here's the outfit of the day. I have an oversized button-down shirt. I just kind of half tucked it on one side. Got a sports bra underneath. Chill vibes today. All right, guys, I just had my appointment. I put my sunscreen back on and I just need a little bit of gloss. All right, so wow, there was a lot. I got a diagnosis. I got diagnosed with melasma. I didn't know. I have a whole list here of things that he recommends for skincare at home and then pricing for laser treatments. What he recommends for the melasma skincare is a Floritin CF vitamin C antioxidant serum to wear during the day that's supposed to be really good against sun exposure. Discoloration defense to my full face, another serum. And then a melasma emulsion, which is a hydroquinone mixed with something else. And that's a $55 serum that I actually just purchased. I went ahead and picked that up because I said, that's a great place to start. If he's gonna give me a prescription something, I might as well start that right away. That's the skincare that he wants me to do. When it comes to lasers, the V-beam laser for the spider veins that are around my nose and on my cheeks that are causing redness. I have a little bit on my chin as well. That's $430 per treatment, and it'll be 1 to 2 treatments. Fraxel laser for the scar on my nose here. I got this when I was 2 years old. My sister swung a teeter-totter at me. It busted open. That is $785 per treatment, and it takes 4 to 6 treatments to get that gone. The XLV laser. This is for pigmented lesions on face. So dark spots that I want to get rid of, $430 per treatment. He recommends 1 to 3 treatments. And then in terms of melasma, he said he could use the Q-switch YAG laser, which is $430 per treatment, and then a chemical peel specifically for melasma. Apparently, melasma chemical peels are a lot more gentle than a typical one. And it's $165 per treatment, and you just do that as needed. Everybody gets different results, and I could be done after 1 or 2 peels, whereas other people might want to go 4, 5, 6, depending. But you can stop at any time that you feel like your skin looks good. For each of these treatments, there is a downtime of 7 to 10 days for lasers and chemical peels and whatnot. That Fraxel laser for $785 per treatment, I'll probably do that next year or something. Right now, I'm really just concerned about redness and the dark spots. But they gave me a bunch of samples of this skincare in this little baggie right here. So I have lots of things to try. Oh, the last thing is a cost for the skincare. The discoloration defense, $118.80. The Floritin CF, that daytime vitamin C, $196.56. The resveratrol BE, $181.44. I think that's the nighttime vitamin C that's reparative. Not cheap, you guys, but when you're going to invest in your skin, you might as well use the products that the dermatologist is recommending that you use if you can. Yeah, that's it for today. Here's this Living Proof Triple Bond Complex Hair Strengthening Serum here from Living Proof. Just need a little bit. Just gonna focus it on my ends. After going to the dermatologist, I did get samples of the SkinCeuticals facial serum, the vitamin C day serum, vitamin C night serum that he wants me to use, and then my prescription cream that he wants me to use for my melasma. And the discoloration defense serum. This has antioxidants in it as well. It feels really good on the skin. But it is my daytime vitamin C, I guess. And my prescription cream. Just use a little bit. I think it has some kojic acid in it as well, and some other things. So I'm using this twice a day. Let me let my skincare set. And after my makeup, I'll do hair, and then we're going to talk about diet and hormone health. I have learned so much from Dr. Mindy Pelz in her YouTube videos. She has a great book out, and I'd love to share with you guys the importance of and how to eat and simplify how to eat to support your hormone health. When you have oily skin, you always look like you're wearing dewy skin makeup, and it's so funny. Glass skin. It's a good thing dewy skin is trending because, yeah. I've recently found a YouTube channel by Dr. Mindy Pelz, and I believe she has a couple of books out that are really good, but I've really been enjoying her channel lately because she talks a lot about hormone health and how to eat a diet that supports our hormone health. And that's so important because a lot of women in this modern day and age are suffering from imbalanced hormones. And it's just crazy the amount of women who are struggling with this, because it's not just perimenopausal women like myself or women who are in menopause. It's also girls in their 20s. We're not taught as women how to eat to support our bodies and our hormone health throughout our life. That's been the missing conversation she talks about. The education and the importance of knowing when to support estrogen and when to support progesterone production. But Dr. Pelz has been talking about how estrogen loves keto foods. I wanted to make sure to make notes on this so that I get it right, because the keto foods, low carb foods, are what keep our blood sugar down. And we always want to be thinking about not spiking our blood sugar. Prebiotic and probiotic foods are what progesterone love. They're called hormone feasting foods. There's a certain point within your menstrual cycle where you can be supporting estrogen and a certain point where you'd be supporting progesterone. And if you no longer have your cycle, she talks about when to eat foods as well. So this is literally for every woman out there. It's very helpful. I wanted to make this really simple for myself since I'm a beginner at it, and it doesn't have to be complicated whatsoever. I know there's a lot of stuff on social media about eating for hormone health, but it is as simple as eating whole foods such as leafy greens, nuts and seeds, high fiber, high protein, and of course your pre and probiotics. That's it. We got to make sure that we're eating for our gut health too, and that just means fermented foods such as kimchi, sauerkraut, apple cider vinegar, basically like sour foods, dandelion. Prebiotics are what good bacteria in the gut feed off of, such as garlic, leeks, onions, asparagus, flaxseed, apples, bananas, oats, and then the fermented foods such as the yogurt. And I also like to drink peppermint tea, which I just get from Target after I have a meal because it aids in digestion and bloating. And listen to this, there are 5 specific foods that are really important to eat on a daily basis. One is avocados. If you're an avocado lover, you're gonna love this. Avocados slow the spike of blood sugar and it feeds the microbiome, and we need our microbiome healthy so that it can break down the hormones that we're creating. Bitter foods like dandelion, lemon, ginger, and they also support your liver, which break down hormones. I love doing fresh garlic and fresh ginger in my greens, my hot greens, like my broccoli and my green beans, salt, pepper, garlic, and ginger. It is so delicious. I can eat a huge plate of it. And of course, it keeps me fuller longer. I'm getting the nutrients that I need. It's a really good way to incorporate that. Seeds are really important, especially flaxseed for support and the breakdown of estrogen, and also pumpkin seeds. And then the next one is root vegetables like squashes, potatoes of all kinds, purple, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes. It's important to eat those daily because they support progesterone. And then meat, specifically grass-fed steak, has all the amino acids that we need to produce our hormones. And tryptophan in turkey, it's pretty much in all poultry, I believe. That's important to consume because it's an amino acid that helps us produce serotonin. Did you guys know that a lot of serotonin is produced in our gut? There's a lot of gut-brain connection. Apple cider vinegar is great to just mix a tablespoon or 2 in a glass of water, and you can do that before or after a meal, but I think a lot of people will do it after a meal. So yeah, if you're a woman who is wanting to regulate your cycles, your mood, your cravings, like you're really struggling in this area, it's likely hormones. I'm going to be seeing a hormone specialist, not an endocrinologist, but a holistic person who's going to help me with my perimenopause journey. It is taking me a while to find somebody. Of course, this is out of pocket. Insurance doesn't cover this type of thing. So I want to be really careful since I will be paying so much out of pocket that it's with somebody that I can trust and that knows what they're doing and is an experience and isn't just going to take my money because, I don't know, there's a lot of scammy things out there these days. Okay, so let me show you some new goodies that I have been absolutely loving for Bible study. Oh my gosh. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw these already, but I got some new Bible highlighters and they say cute little messages on them. This one says, stay strong. And these don't bleed. They're nice and flat, and they can highlight without bleeding onto the next page. Oh, excuse me, my allergies are so bad. Check out this devotional, you guys. The Bible in 52 Weeks, a yearly Bible study for women. So beautiful. You can get this just with the regular seam here. I just prefer the spiral. I love to just put on some nice Christian music, light a candle, like have some tea, have an entire vibe going. There's some beautiful artistry in here. Look at this. She has a nice introduction, how this book is to be used. She shows you your daily readings that you'll be working on throughout the week, and then you can move on to the next page and answer questions. So she has a little beautiful thing for you to be thinking about throughout the week, and then the questions that she has you answer, like think about, are on the next page. So this is a part that you write in. I'll read you a little piece of some of the questions. Points to ponder. When you were faced with an impossibility, how did you handle it? After this lesson, how will you handle those impossibilities going forward? What has the lesson taught you about your faith? What areas have you discovered where you are strong in your faith? What areas have you discovered where your faith needs to be strengthened? And then she gives you some actions for the week. Decide in your heart to think and speak positively, replacing negative words with positive ones. I love that. It's so easy to just spout out negativity and to think negative thoughts. So a constant daily reminder is so beautiful, in my opinion. The second one, make a commitment to yourself to intentionally respond to your doubts with declarations of faith. And number 3, at the end of the week, note how speaking positively into your life has begun to have a good impact on your outlook and ability to trust God. I just love this so much. It asks you questions of if you identify with the characters in the Bible, like what they were going through, how you thought they handled certain situations. It's very thoughtful, thought-provoking, and makes the Bible more interesting in terms of it's not just a book that you're reading and you're going through the words and then the next page. You're really reflecting on each chapter that you read and applying it to your life, applying it to your day, applying it to your week, and writing it out so it sticks and you remember it, and it's just such a beautiful process. And I believe this is $8, the spiral one being $14. So I'll make sure to link that below. The next one is stunning, you guys. The Good and Beautiful Bible Study. Look at the aesthetic of this. Volume 1, Experiencing Stories from the Bible and What It Means for Our Lives Today. If you appreciate art, this is going to be a favorite. This one was more expensive. I think it was $45. It was printed in Italy. It's the Alabaster Creative Ink Company. This book is so good because do you ever think to yourself, I wish I knew more stories of the Bible? This is full of all the stories. And then you reflect on those stories and how it may pertain to your life. And then it just gives you a rundown of the story, like the highlights, the main things. So in case you don't want to read a ton of stuff, you can just get the gist of the story. And it goes on to the next one. Beautiful, beautiful illustrations and reflection time. That's all this is. Story of Deborah. So if you're just wanting to educate yourself more on the stories, this is the book for you. This would be a great gift for a teenager or even a kid. You could kind of read the story with them. This is a perfect solo Bible study situation. That's why I bought it for myself. And the combination of these two have just been a good time. I feel good. I feel renewed. I feel blessed. I feel happy. It's such a healing, quiet moment for myself that I really look forward to every day. If you guys have ever wanted to work on the way you speak, I certainly do. Ever since I stopped working, my vocabulary has decreased. My recall has disappeared completely. It takes me forever to think of the next word, and I just don't speak as eloquently as I used to, and I really miss it. I love the poetic artistry of speaking. And this book by Tom Healer is so cool, you guys. It's called The Well-Spoken Thesaurus. Don't say this, instead say this. Rather than say a little bit, you would say to some extent. Don't say anytime they want, say with impunity. Don't say bad mouth, say speak harshly of. You know, it's just a thesaurus to help you change your everyday way of speaking to a more eloquent way of speaking. So if you're interested in that, this is really, really fun. Literally just a thesaurus with a little bit of Tom's input. Affordable, fun to read, and just a perfect tool to help you better yourself if that's one of your New Year's resolutions or something on your list that you want to work on little by little each day. Love that. And the last thing I want to show you for my anxiety, which has been so great these past couple of weeks. I don't think I've had an anxiety moment in several weeks, probably almost a month, which is huge for me. And I think it's because I'm taking such good care of myself. I'm paying attention to myself more. But anyway, this is very relaxing for me. I got an adult coloring book. I say adult, but it's a coloring book and it's for girls specifically. They have so many different ones, this brand. Their coloring books have shopping, self-care, girl. It's all focused around women and stuff that women love, hanging out with the girls, whatever. I ended up getting the cute and comfy coloring book and I just started it, and just to grab my color pencils, which are these here, and just sit with my coloring book, watch Friends, and decompress at the end of the day rather than scrolling on my phone. I love it. I love it so much. I love the way I feel, the hand-eye coordination. It's like going back to the basics rather than the stare and scroll. You're going back to choosing vivid colors and doing the actual movement. It's different with the brain. I feel it's so much healthier, and I feel good when I'm done coloring. I feel relaxed and I feel happy. Whereas when I'm doom scrolling, I love to scroll on my phone, but after like 2 hours, I hate the way I feel when I'm done. Are you the same way? Try coloring, crossword puzzle, anything else that allows you to use your brain, but you're not thinking too hard. It's a relaxing moment for you. Oh my gosh, what a difference. So just a couple of things I've really been enjoying lately I wanted to share with you guys. I actually have several errands that I need to go run, so I'm going to end the vlog here. If you haven't seen my last video, I'm going to link that below as well. I did a spring perfume haul that was so much fun. I love these fragrances. If you're interested in perfumes, check that out below. And then also I'll have my playlist down there and other vlogs and things that you can see. Recently, I just started a new vlog series called Life in My 40's. So I'll be posting every week on top of doing my sit-down videos, just so you guys know. I hope you had fun today. I certainly did. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.